something you can't fix.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
It's Jay and Adam. It's Preview. It's Preview's Fix It with Adam and Jay. Hey, Peaches! Welcome to Fix It, where friends don't let friends fix pop culture alone.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Jay. And you're our listener.
Hey there, listeners.
Ho there, listeners.
I'll be back, listeners.
Yes, that's right. It is National Talk Like Arnold Schwarzenegger Day here in Vlisteria.
Get to the chopper.
Yeah, we have a lot of great holidays, and No, keep going. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I know. That's it.
Oh, all right.
I was just trying to do background sounds.
Yeah, and we have our police monitoring the streets to make sure everyone is celebrating properly. You know, look, they keep the fun rolling here in Vlisteria. Yes. Our police force, they take partying very, very seriously. So you have to get to the chopper. That's not even very good.
No,
and
it's not.
I don't feel good.
It's like a walk-in.
I knew the minute I started just yes-anding what you were doing, I was like, that means I'm going to have to do it at some point. And
Maybe.
I don't really... No, you got to give them the goods, man. That's what this is all about. That's the
previewed way. We give the goods.
That's the Fix It guarantee. We give them goods. Welcome to Fix It. Hi, everyone. I am Jay. That's Adam. You may know us from the wildly popular YouTube channel Previewed.
We're getting there.
Which we're actually on right now. So every time I do this little part of the intro, I think to myself, we don't really need to do this. And yet, here we are.
For the audio people.
For the audio folks. For the audio folks, yes, indeed. Every week, Adam and I take a piece of pop culture that maybe missed the mark, maybe didn't quite get there, maybe just had a couple of batteries in its chest explode, and we fix it. And today we're going to be fixing
03.
Yeah, I think
so. 03.
03's T3, the last
Rise of the Machines.
Rise of the Machines.
Because you want to call it Judgment Day because that is what the movie is about. Yeah. But nope, it's not it.
We're fixing the third in the Terminator trilogy, T3, The Rise of the Machines.
It's quite bad.
It is indeed quite bad. I haven't been mad at a movie quite like this in a while.
This was the first time I've seen it.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw this one in the theaters. Was kind of bummed about it then, and I'd watched it again since, and now on a third rewatch, I was just my palate has definitely gotten a little bit more advanced ever since we got into professional television watching. I mean, that's like the best way to I'm good at making faces while watching stuff. But before we get into Terminator 3, Rise of the Machines, we've come to everyone's most favoritist segment, except for the one person who keeps marking when this segment is over.
Oh. What? This is the most favorite segment, Jay.
I see you in the comments, and I have reported you for rebellion in Vlisteria.
Bum, bum, bum.
The boosters are coming. No, I get it. It's fine. We're not for everybody. And that's okay. We come to everyone's most favoritist segment. We took a poll. That doesn't mean it's 100%. That means it won the poll. Our most favoritist segment, Roll for Convo. And in Roll for Convo, our producer Brian has given us 20 topics of conversation that are going to be the subject matter of our first segment. And I'm going to roll a 20-sided die to determine which is the most favoritist segment's topic. Let me take that again. And for those of you listening / watching at home, it has started to get a little warm in New York City, and we have not put the air conditioner back in the window of the studio. Yeah. And my brain is starting to melt out of my head a little bit.
It's a little hot in here.
This is going to be one of them episodes, so strap in, everybody. I'm going to roll 20-sided die. It's going to determine what we're talking about. Rubber go. Okay. All right, here we go. And
did that even roll?
It did.
All right.
It did, but it Tokyo drifted a little bit.
Yeah.
It hit and went, it's an 18.
All right. Is there something very weird that you love? It doesn't have to make sense to some, but to you, it does. For instance, this is Brian speaking. Okay. I love a well-paved, organized parking lot or put together IKEA furniture. Or putting together IKEA furniture. Yeah, what is a weird thing that you love?
Oh. Okay. It's not necessarily weird,
Okay.
but I like my diners. First of all, I love a diner.
I love a diner.
And that's not
weird.
And that is not a weird thing.
I like diners too.
However,
Yes.
diners
Yes.
can be too good.
Too good.
Follow me.
Sure.
You almost want, every time I've been to a diner and you, like, for the first time, and you walk in and it's maybe a little too fancy,
Sure.
you go, this is probably not going to be a good breakfast.
They're trying too hard to be a restaurant, not a diner.
I like a diner has to be flawed
Sure.
in order for it to be a successful diner experience. Like the diner near us.
Yes.
It's like they like the booths are kind of crappy. They're not comfy, but they're
not uncomfortable.
They're not uncomfortable, but
then-
like it's very clear that like they have needed to get fixed a long time ago, and they said, nah. Like they're you don't totally fit in them, and like the coffee comes in like a weird shaped cup, and like the plates are weird, and they're always so hot. But for some reason, it's all about the whole experience.
Yes.
And like you walk into some place and it's like you want a diner to be like crappy enough that you don't feel judged there.
Okay.
And I think it's more the ambiance. Like diner is like really like come as you are, and I need the diner to like not like have that vibe. Like I
Sure.
want the waitress to be a little mean to me.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
You want to
Not
get
like,
negged a little
not
bit?
personal. Like I
Sure.
don't need her to be like, "What's up, fatty?" I've had a customer at a restaurant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I want her to be like visibly bothered
Busy.
by me.
Sure.
Yeah, like, hey, what do you want?
We're a task, not like, yeah.
Honestly, I don't mind a waitress coming up to me and going, "What do you want?" and then it coming out perfect. If that's your process, whatever you got to do in order to make sure I get my order exactly the way I ordered it the first time and correct, I don't care.
Absolutely.
People like when I used to wait tables, I would write everything down. People like, "You write the order down?" I'm like, "Do you
Absolutely,
want-"
yeah.
I was like, "Do you want it to come out right?" And they went, "Yeah." And I was like, "Then that's how we do it."
Yeah.
They're like,
memorizing
"Oh, we thought
anything.
this was one of those places where you remember everything." I was like, "We could try that. But you're not allowed to get mad when it's wrong."
Your order does not want to be in my brain.
Yeah, no, it doesn't want to be up there. It's not good up there. It's not. It's just
Do you want spiders with your meal? Because that's how you get spiders with your meal.
you want spiders? That's where your brain went kind of immediately?
I needed something awkward and weird that shouldn't be in a food. I grabbed spiders.
I had another thought.
Oh, okay, great.
One thing that I love that probably a lot of people don't. I love if they could make a sugar-free energy drink that didn't have all the caffeine and nonsense in it, I would drink it casually.
Sugar-free caffeine drink.
Like a sugar-free Red Bull.
Oh, okay.
If they made a sugar-free Red Bull or like Monster that like didn't have all the extra stuff in it,
okay.
I would drink it just for the flavor.
So basically,
I love the
just,
flavor.
You just want Monster Energy flavored water.
No,
or seltzer?
no, you got to have the bubbles.
Seltzer.
I want it to be the product without having the stuff that's going to make me stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Monster flavored energy flavored seltzer.
Like, yeah, I just want a Monster without the stuff.
Sure.
I don't want a flavored thing because we all know that that's where you get lost in the sauce. Not you personally, but the royal you. But like, I just want it. I love the flavor of a sugar-free Red Bull. It tastes like a gourmet car battery, and I love it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It gets that tingle in the back of your throat, and when it's like, I'm not sure this is food. But I love it.
All right.
I love the flavor. Yeah, sometimes I like earlier on in our marriage, Kimberly was like, "Why are you having a Red Bull right now?" I'm like, "I just had to have that taste." She's like, "It's 11:30 at night." I go, "I know. I just wanted
Too
it."
late for me. Go on
But
without
I also
me.
have the type of brain that I can a lot of times sleep while I've had a staggering amount of caffeine.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I love that flavor. And I know it's people think it's gross. I'd love to watch you drink a Monster Energy drink.
Like, or just taste it.
No, I want
Drink
you
it?
I
You
want you to drink the whole thing.
Oh.
I know.
Dude, I used to be able to. I loved Mountain Dew when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could handle it anymore. I think it's too much sugar.
Makes your teeth hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes my teeth tingle. It does. So it does.
Do you like diet sodas?
I've tried them, and it's like, not that I don't like sodas.
I don't like
that much,
regular sodas. Regular sodas are too serious. You should try a diet soda. They don't make your teeth hurt as much.
But there's something with that diet taste. It's like, that's wrong.
I know, I love it. It's not supposed to be food. It's not food, and I love it.
I love a clean burger. And by clean burger, I mean...
I was hoping this wasn't going to go food for you because I know...
Well, I was trying to think of something else weird, and my entire life is kind of weird, according to other people. I like a burger that is just... It's not messy when you eat it.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people are like, oh, I like it like medium well. It's like, no, because then the juices get onto the bun, and then if you have too much condiments in it or whatever, then that starts like kind of seeping out the sides. No, it's like, it's got it. I love it when it's just like,
yes.
I chomp into it. It's like, this is perfect, and there's no drip. It's not a messy meal.
Well, you
The
don't
buns
ever
do
want
its
your
job.
food to touch.
True.
Ever.
Yeah.
So it's just a manifest. But on that note, a well-structured burger,
Sure, yeah.
if you can get a good amount of like condiments and flavors on there in a way that like has good mouthfeel, but also, sandwich seepage sucks. It's just never good.
Never good.
It's just never good. Man, recently what's happened to me, and this may be just because I had a really bad another hot take of mine that may not be a popular decision. I'm gonna say this, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate about this.
Sure.
I think Taco Bell has become overrated.
Oh,
I think
why?
Taco Bell is a little bit too far over its skis from a pricing perspective.
Oh.
And I think the quality of their food has gone down significantly.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Like, Taco Bell has exited the realm of being like late night kind of hammered food for me. And I don't do it I don't do
it needs to know its place and be its place. It needs to be a diner. It needs to be the diner of
I think
food.
that's a manifest. I think it's the same thing. It's the same idea, but like, no, but Taco Bell also used to be good.
Yeah.
I
guess. Yeah.
I mean, granted, I had like kind of a run-in with some food poisoning there, so that has definitely tainted that for sure. But like, I just can't do it anymore. And but also every time I've thought about it and tried to order it online, I was like, why is this going to be $25? I'm getting like 5 things.
$25.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. It's outrageous. It's outrageous. It's like they have raised their prices so much that it's absolutely crazy.
I love a perfectly cooked tortellini. You know, it's where it's just a little al dente.
Okay.
And the cheese.
But you got to make sure the cheese is melted on the inside.
The cheese is melted, but not too melted.
Yeah.
But it's just like it's firm, but also gives a little bit.
Yeah.
Perfect. Because then you cook it too much, it's like kind of everything's kind of mushy. It's a fine line.
For sure. I would argue
Empty theaters.
Empty theaters.
An empty theater.
I
think people think that's weird.
I get kind of weirded out in an empty theater.
Empty theater is the best theater. Just you in the theater by yourself with a movie.
Look,
Ooh,
I will
boy.
take. I need at least one other human in there.
Nope. I'll take the whole damn theater. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I love a good edit. An edit where you didn't even know it edited.
Oh, okay.
I know it's not necessarily a weird thing, but it's an artistic thing that as we've gone down this path and made thousands of videos at this point, and I've learned to little editing tricks here and there and watched videos about like how movies are edited and stuff like that, that those little edits where your brain doesn't even register that it was edited. Because usually, your brain's like, oh, shot, reverse shot, scene's moving along, boom, 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 we're moving here. Oh, this is a one shot, it hasn't really been edited, blah, blah, blah. But there are sometimes with just very smooth, crafty editing where even in some of our videos where I'll watch it back and I do a little jump cut, but our audio is cut in such a way and the visuals are cut in such a way that your brain doesn't even register that we jump cut. It just like the conversation just keeps going. And I was like, I know it because I did it, but I was like, but I can also know it's like, oh, I didn't even recognize we cut.
Yeah.
That is so smooth. But no, I think it's just an editor thing.
I get that.
It's like an appreciation for the art, for the craftsmanship of the edit.
Yeah, I totally understand. It is color scheme of your life is important to me. Like I don't know, you haven't noticed this about me, but a lot of times my accessories are color coded. the majority, like, I wear specific colors. Like, I like to wear a lot of grays. I like to wear a lot of maroons. I like to wear a lot of like, I have a certain color scheme for like the way I dress, but then like my accessories have a pretty specific theme. I don't know if you've ever really noticed this about, like, and that's the one thing that's kind of a departure with that bag that I bring now that's bright blue. But for the longest time, if I had like a walk around bag, it was red. I have red backpacks that my Timbuktu like shoulder harness, red bags. I don't know why. I like a red bag. And now that I have that like light blue bag, it's a statement and I like it and it's a very functional bag.
Sure.
But there's always part of me that's like, and I like that it's like so bright blue and flashy, but part of me is like, should be red. Should be a red bag. And I have that black backpack that I have because it's very ergonomic. Yeah. But I put it on, I'm like, should be red. They didn't have a red one.
Wow.
They didn't have like I'm expecting someone in my day to be like, why is your backpack not red? And be like, I know they didn't have it in red. They didn't have it in red.
Do you think you're better than me?
It's supposed to be red. I know it's supposed to be red. I don't know why that is.
Huh.
Okay. Now I'm starting to get clued in. Paper, I only use graph paper. That's it. Don't buy me a notebook lined. I won't use it. It will go in the trash. I use graph paper.
Wow.
That's it.
Why?
It's graph paper or nothing. Don't come at me with lined paper. I will not use it.
You need squares, not lines.
I like the squares. It's all about the squares. The lines I find are too squares. I find there's a little bit I feel like I have more control when I open the notebook.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Interesting.
It is squared all day or nothing. Like, and I have walked away from, like, on paper, pun intended, perfect notebooks because they didn't have a squared version.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's very particular.
Yeah. I just like the way that it looks. It fits the way my brain works when I look at a piece of paper. And I just like can't. Oh, I just like can't do it. Are you I also can't work out without listening to something. I can't do it.
Sure.
Like, if I were to go to the gym and be like, oh, my headphones are dead. I've walked home from the gym because my headphones are dead.
Oh, yeah. I can't let the gym.
I've walked home.
Yeah.
It's just, there's not, I got to trick other Jay into getting on that treadmill. And I'm not doing it. I'm just supposed to walk on a treadmill with my own thoughts and feelings. You can huff it. No, thank you.
Wow. Okay.
I need to drown out the thoughts when I am on a treadmill. My brain absolutely goes ape shit when I am like working out.
Wow.
I don't know why. I really have to quiet my brain. Yeah. Cause like I don't understand. You got to have like the in-ear or like an over-ear situation. When people are at the gym and they have like the big cup headphones.
Oh, that doesn't make any sense.
I don't get it. It's like
sense.
You're basically telling me that like either you don't sweat, which is concerning, or you're not planning on working up a sweat.
Yeah.
Because if I wear headphones like that, they're just going to turn into just 2 cups of sweat on the sides of my head. I'm just filling up these cups on my ears with my own sweat. And you're telling me that you paid $400 for these headphones and you're going to sweat them up? What are you doing? What are you doing? We should talk about Terminator 3, shall we?
Yeah, we should probably do that.
We should probably talk about it. And but before we do. Yeah. Oh,
look at us.
Ooh la la. I love it. Before we do, we should probably hear more about this fantastic movie. And yep, we should hear more about it from our wonderful producer, Brian Plowski. He's the man, the myth, the legend. He's also wanted in 3 states for arson.
Well, we won't tell you which states.
We won't tell you which states because they're gonna come get him. Yep. And when he rolls that beautiful bean fun fact footage.
Thank you, gentlemen. Producer Brian here. And today we're trying to fix the Terminator sequel, Terminator 3 Rise of the Machines. Released in 2003, it's written by John Brancato and Michael Ferris, and directed by Jonathan Mostow. It stars Nick Stahl, Claire Danes, Kristana Loken, and Arnold. Here are some Bean fun facts. This movie had a budget of around $187.3 million and made $433.4 million at the box office. James Cameron directed T2, The Ride, at Universal, which prompted him to start writing a third movie, which did not get made. He had no involvement in this movie. Now, Arnold tried to convince him to be involved, but during Titanic and while trying to crack a third movie, he said he felt like this story was told and over. It was the 7th highest grossing movie of 2003, and for context, Return of the King, Finding Nemo, Matrix Reloaded, The First Pirates, Bruce Almighty, and The Last Samurai topped it at the box office that year. Some of the other directors offered this movie were David Fincher, John McTiernan, Roland Emmerich, Ridley Scott, who ended up choosing Black Hawk Down, and Ang Lee, who went with The Hulk. ILM and Stan Winston did the special effects, and if you care, this has a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 2.7 out of 5 on Letterboxd. Anyway, back to you, gentlemen, and please enjoy writing your fix.
Thanks, Brian.
Good job, Brian.
Great job, Brian.
But you might want to pack up and move because
Yeah,
they're they're after you, Brian.
They're on to you, man. The law's coming a-clacking, you know?
Cheese it.
Cheese it, baby. Get them run shoes on. They're going to search every house, dog house. Yep.
Chicken coop.
Yeah, man. That's right. We sent I can't even, Tommy Lee Jones. Not the actor or yep.
I didn't kill my wife. I don't care.
I don't care. It's what an edit. Anyways, so Terminator 3.
Who is going to give them
Rise
the
of the
quick
Machines.
recap of Terminator 3, Jay?
Oh, I can do it.
Great.
I can. This is so easy.
Okay, great. Give them that plop drop.
The plot of Judgment Day happens. John Connors, after unfortunately his mother passing away, he decides to go off grid, just to not have to deal with any of what would be his potential future. He just kind of decides to just chill, and unfortunately, the future still happens. Skynet still happens, and apparently John Connors is still the guy. So they send another Terminator back. This time it's a lady. Apparently, I guess she takes the form of a lady.
Yeah.
Or it take. Pronouns are tough with Terminators.
Yeah, for some reason it takes the form of a lady.
Yeah.
More of a meta decision than the robot decision.
And it's like kind of a T-1000, but also has nanite technology that control other machines. The Terminator can't find John Connors because he's off grid. So the Terminator goes after all of his lieutenants as like kind of maybe that'll help. And an old Terminator T-800 or Arnold Schwarzenegger model comes back has gotten reprogrammed to the future and comes back to help John Connors. And he runs into a girl that he's apparently fated to meet. Apparently, because they're going to restart the human race, I guess. They try to stop Skynet. They fail. Skynet starts. They eventually find themselves in a bunker that was supposed to... they were supposed to go destroy Skynet, but the bunker they find is inevitably what that just helps them survive the apocalypse. And the apocalypse happens.
Yep.
That's literally the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, did I miss anything important?
You did not. Nope.
Not exactly the most eloquent plop drop, but
yeah,
that's why we call it plop drop.
Yeah, it's terrible.
This movie really frustrated me because I remember seeing this movie and I remember thinking in my head, there is something here that I remember being worthwhile going back to.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it was. I just had this thought in my head, maybe it's not all bad. Maybe there's something. And then rewatching this movie, I was like, oh, I actually hate it more this time.
Oh, wow.
Yes. In that, we've gotten more Terminators since the last time I've seen it.
We've gotten multiple.
That
four?
That gave us at least some interesting stuff.
Wonky time travel, all sorts of crazy things.
But this movie does not progress or change the story in any way.
Nope.
They gave us they had an opportunity in Judgment Day to be like, they won. Like, that means things should have changed.
Yep.
But then we get this movie and find out that it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Didn't matter.
And so we have to just do it again.
Yep. Beat for beat, the whole thing over again.
It's basically just the second movie all over again.
Mm-hmm.
In a way that's kind of insulting.
Very insulting.
Like, I was just like, I can't believe people actually paid money just to go see the same movie again.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, there are some interesting things about, like, he's supposed to meet this girl and he does eventually. Like, that's kind of interesting, I suppose, to some degree. But it just, I think they thought, like, they want to see Skynet go live. And we don't really.
Or it's been 10 years since T2. It's time for a sequel. We want money. We'll just do it again.
Yeah. This movie feels like it's just a payday. In a way that really is a bummer.
Because it just copy and pasted the script for the first two films and smashed them together.
I kept waiting for something to be different.
Nope.
And it's not.
Nope.
I was like, oh yeah, the twist at the end. And there's not one.
Nope.
It's like, oh, we're gonna survive because we're in this bunker.
We got tricked to go into a bunker instead of actually taking out Skynet. Because there's nothing you could have done. Skynet wins, we'll eventually win anyways. It's really dumb.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Because the whole second movie was about changing fate, doing the thing, stopping the whole thing. And it turns out, nope. He didn't change anything. The future's going to happen no matter what. Just the date changed. Ha. Nope.
And it's brought me to, like, the one thing I've been thinking about since I watched this yesterday. And it's where I think the new ones kind of got it right. Is that by the time the second Terminator movie is over, we have exited the realm in which I am interested in seeing this situation in the past. I think when Terminator 3 rolled around, it was just like, oh, it's still about John Connors. It shouldn't be. But also, like, I want to see what this future is. I want to see what the status quo of what a full-on robot uprising looks like.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's not, I don't care about the time traveling aspect of this anymore.
Interesting.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, since this is the first time I've seen this movie, and so this is the first time, watching this after the most recent one, and then the one with Khaleesi, and then the one with Batman. I'm blanking on everyone's names right now.
And 10th Doctor.
Yes.
Who plays Skynet.
11, yes.
Or
Matt
11th
Matt
Doctor.
Smith is in that. Yeah.
He is Skynet.
He's Skynet, yeah.
Which is cool.
This whole franchise has been ruined because T2 Judgment Day is a perfect film.
Yes.
It was so successful that they just need to keep going back to this well because there's got to be something more here, right?
Because it made such a huge cultural landmark, they feel like they can't stop. Like, it's such a strong...
They can't stop and they can't innovate.
No, yeah. They're like, what? Like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm like, no, this was broke. Like, it's all going to be broke because you can't... Like, we were talking about it earlier today. Terminator 2 might be one of, like, from, like, the big Hollywood, like, 90s and 80s, like, big Hollywood, maybe one of the best movies they put out.
Yep.
That movie just is so iconic, and it's, like, it's perfect in every way.
Well, it's exactly like the success of Aliens, right? Alien. Horror movie, central character, has to escape. Great. Aliens changes a horror film to an action film. More characters, more action. Oh, okay, but still really good in its own right.
Sure.
Terminator.
I don't like Aliens that much. That's
sure.
my hot take. I don't think it's that great of a movie, but
it's got its place. But it's a different type of different flavor. But
Yeah.
Terminator was definitely a little bit more of a horror film.
the first one, yes.
The first one, because it's just
Absolutely.
an unstoppable robot that just keeps coming after
Yeah.
you. It will not stop.
Yeah.
And they're lucky they were able to crush it in that, in the factory, whatever. Thank God. Second one, a little bit more of an action movie.
Yeah.
And the bad guy comes back as a good guy this time to take on an even worse bad guy. Oh, okay, the dynamic has changed. Now he's here to protect. Awesome. That's a great twist. And Robert Patrick has always been the T-1000 to me. His entire career. The first thing I think of every time I see him.
Every time I see him, I'm like, I immediately don't trust him.
Yep.
I'm like, get out of here.
Yep.
No.
And it was so successful because they could do it again.
Yeah.
The first one, we got to take out the mom. That didn't work. Try to take out the kid. Okay, that didn't work. We're done. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Unless you just keep sending out Terminators in the past to take the kid out, like... We're done. But every movie since then, except for Genesis, except for the one with Batman, has been same story.
I liked Genesis. I thought it was kind of fun.
Was it Genesis?
Right?
Or was it the other Salvation? Because Genesis was the wonky time travel one with Khaleesi.
Oh, yeah. I didn't care for that one. But
they
I
tried.
Salvation was pretty good.
They really tried with that time travel stuff. I will give them mass credit for trying something new and wonky with the timeline.
It was never about the time travel. That's what's always kind of bothered me about it. It's about fighting robots.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying.
Like, it's... And I think that's where it kind of frustrated me. Yeah, I just... A classic play is supposed to be on the day that something happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this movie technically passes that test in that, like, there's action and there's some cool car chases in this.
Sure. Yeah.
There are some good fight scenes in this. There's some good stunts.
Yeah.
Like, there's some big explosions.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. But, like, that doesn't mean anything novel happens.
Because it didn't. Yeah, the whole Skynet rising up is the C plot.
Yeah.
Like, that's the most important thing going on, and it's not even... It's like, it's an inevitability. Why are we even... It doesn't... Story structure doesn't make any sense in this damn thing.
No. So, I mean, I think we kind of, like, nailed it on the head on, like, what's wrong with this movie. The question is, how are we fixing this thing?
I think we need to figure out some other type of story in the Terminator universe.
That's, like, not even related to John Connor at all.
Or it is John Connor, but it's something it's something different than just robot comes back from the future to kill John or kill somebody in the past. Because we've already done that twice. And the second one was supposed to, like, hey, you know what? You won. The building exploded with all the stuff the guy was working on, and all the parts have been melted down. There's nothing for anyone here in the past to do anything about Skynet. The time loop has been closed.
Yeah.
The future is safe.
Yeah. I think I might have at least this would be fun.
Okay. And that's all this movie needs to be.
I think if we want to focus on John Cotter.
John Connor.
John Connor. John Carter is on Mars, obviously.
Yes. This one's from California.
Cotta. I thought you were just doing a Boston accent for some reason.
I know. I did misspeak a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I have seen that boy. Man, he even shows up in Wayne's World. He's so scary.
He's so scary.
He's so scary. Have you seen this boy? Yeah, it's so good. Iconic. Perfect film. I think you have another another Arnold Schwarzenegger come back in time to John Cotta
of Cali,
which is a suburb of Boston, Cotta. And then I think we do. Honestly, I think we do a little bit of like a Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. In that, I think we go to like a more middle-aged John Carter in a universe that they won, they fixed it. But I think we have a like multi-dimensional time jump.
Well, that's the thing. If I may go on a small tangent here.
Tangent away, my friend. What do you think we're doing here?
It feels like the way you can get around this whole time travel thing
Go on.
is that this is not linear time travel. It's Dragon Ball Z time travel.
Yeah.
Where you can't travel back in your own timeline, but you can travel between different timelines. Like the whole the trunk arc with the cell saga and stuff.
Yeah.
I think you have watched through that, right?
Unfortunately, yeah.
So like, how did all this? Cell comes back and then Trunks comes back a couple times.
Yeah.
Blah blah. Well, it's like they're not coming from the same this timeline's future. They're coming from a different future. So their timeline can't change, but they're trying to stop this from happening to the timeline over or something like that.
Yeah.
So like, John, if that is what we're gonna go with, then our timeline that we're in the movie in T2, that timeline gets saved by the events of T2.
Sure.
But so it has to be somebody else either like coming in from another timeline, getting this timeline's John Connor to come help them,
Yes.
or another timeline trying to meddle in the one where they won because Skynet's not supposed to lose. Like,
Yeah.
you know how Invincible's like, this is the one world where
Where
Mark's the good guy
Yeah, where Mark's a good guy.
and you're the bad guy and you can't handle it. I was like, yeah, we were in the timeline where we actually won.
One of the few.
One of the few where Skynet never existed because we did it right. Everything else, John dies or his mom dies or something like that.
Yeah.
Skynet comes out, but we did it this time.
I think we have a parallel universe come in and grab this universe's John Connor, who doesn't know how he stops Skynet or stops like the robots, and they bring him over into their parallel dimension in order to fight the machines and fight Skynet.
because he's the one that won.
Because he's the one that won, but we have a character who doesn't know. Like, I think there's a certain it almost writes like a comedy to some degree. Like it's a fish out of water kind of vibe. Not that I'm saying I want it to go that direction.
Sure. But there can be a little bit of lightheartedness
because
in being
Terminator 2 has some funny moments.
Yeah.
And they tried with the whole talk to the hand thing, and that was stupid.
That was so dumb.
It was really dumb.
We're so dumb. Every little comedy choice they were trying in this is just like, you're trying too hard. This is dumb.
Well, they're doing what they do a lot sometimes with Arnold Schwarzenegger, is that they try to get T-shirts out of him. They were like, oh, well, let's just throw him a bunch of iconic lines and see which ones stick. And then they give all of them, like, from a shot comp and from a screen time, like they're going to take off. Like the I'll be back. They didn't know that was going to be the thing.
No idea.
They didn't know. But they're like, oh, we'll give him like 7 I'll be back moments. Oh, only one of them hits? Fine. But it ruins, the other 7 moments.
She'll be back. Oh,
Yeah,
for
it's
God's
the worst.
sakes.
It's the worst. That's where my head's at in regards to like sending him somewhere else.
That sounds great. I mean, in my head, I had either that or I just had an idea as we were talking of, since Skynet lost, but using the same time travel rules we just developed, or just like, hey, this is how we clean this up a little bit, and like you can't jump back, but you can jump across.
Sure.
Basically, that Skynet is won in so many different timelines, or is at least winning in so many different timelines, that they try to mess with the one that they won or they lost in by sending something back to restart the time loop, because they closed the loop. There's nothing in the past to bring Skynet into the future. Therefore, none of this can even happen. So we're good.
Interesting.
Kind of. So with Skynet losing, like, oh, we need to send something back into the past to restart Skynet in that timeline. So like basically, like Skynet, it's not trying to kill John.
He's trying to
restart itself.
It's trying to restart it. Oh, it's Skynet's rebooting.
He's trying to send back something into this timeline to get them to make Skynet again.
Interesting. I think maybe there's a way to combine the two of these things.
Sure, okay.
Cool. Okay.
It's just something different. The formula has to change.
Yeah.
It can't be robot comes back from the future to
I don't think
somebody.
we have Terminators that come back for John Connor
of Cali.
of Cali. I think maybe we can start in the same spot with John Connor, like off grid.
Sure.
And I think maybe, as he's like coming through town and, watching television through, a store window.
A store window, yeah.
Like
because
always happens,
That's how we do it.
Yeah, that's how we do it. man, what a device that is not a real thing. But everyone that's ever watched something knows that that's like, oh yeah, well you see something in the store window. No, you don't. It's not. Anyways, you can beat that to death. I think we have him notice Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like, we're looking for this man in regards to like some kind of break-in at like some kind of tech lab or something. And then he's like, he's either, oh hell no, or maybe this is my friend.
Okay.
In that, like, he made friends with the other Terminator.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? But he's like, okay, so maybe we have John Connor hunting the Terminator.
Sure.
Because something clearly is going on.
Something's amiss.
Like, and maybe there was like maybe we as the audience know, because maybe it's the opening sequence, that like we have Arnold Schwarzenegger like fighting another Terminator in like some kind of lab or something. And it's like, we're not exactly sure what's happening or why it's happening. But it's like, but it's very clearly told to us like, this is present day kind of situation. And so that we have like John Connor, like track down this T-800 and be like, what are you doing here? And they like kind of have a little bit of a spat. Maybe they have a little bit of a fight, but like he knows how to take him out because, you know,
his mom taught him everything. And
yeah. And, it comes to find out that he has been sent from another dimension's John Connor to stop what's happening in their dimension. And he's like, I thought we were done with this, and then we can get the lore dump on how they can switch dimensions and things like that.
Yes, you did actually win.
Yeah, you did actually win. This is the one where you don't have to worry about.
This is the one of the few timelines that you win.
But you guys are, but to up the stakes a little bit, but your guys's dimension is a linchpin dimension, and so you guys beating Skynet is kind of like spreading across the dimensions in a way that is kind of getting Skynet off of the board. And Skynet is trying to interconnect the internet of all the dimensions.
Because your timeline is giving people hope.
Yes.
Because if all these other timelines are out there and doing stuff, right? And all of them have time travel in them. They all realize how time travel works.
Yes.
So we all know we can't travel back in our own timeline, but we can travel over to other timelines.
Yeah.
And your timeline worked, which means we can beat Skynet.
Yeah.
It can be stopped. The longer your timeline stays as long as you continue to win your timeline, Skynet is not here.
And that's just vague enough for me to go, all right.
Yeah. It's just vague enough to work, because all these other dimensions know that you know there are a bunch of different timelines out there. So we got to keep this one. This one's the beacon of hope, and you guys just got to keep it on.
Yeah, and Skynet, and I feel like, and there's also part of it that's like Skynet is trying to link every dimension under Skynet. Like it is not just a global. It is not just a global internet anymore. Like it is now interdimensional.
It's trying to be. Yeah.
It's trying to be, and you guys are standing in the way. So I'm here to kind of defend and try and find you, but you found me. So
can I
go? This is my favorite of your faces.
The little sparkle of
yeah. Hit me with a hot note.
So we're taking maybe a little bit from a movie that comes out later, but what if, as John is watching TV through the window of the store, that the story preceding the event or the news report that someone's breaking in at XYZ or whatever, that we just see about a tech mogul is doing XYZ and blah blah blah. Some tech mogul guy is doing rad cool stuff with something neat and cool with his compound in Silicon Valley.
And it's Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No, it's
the T-800?
No, it's just somebody.
Oh,
we just see that news story. Just planting a seed. We see somebody like, oh, here's a cool new tech mogul doing a thing. And so flash forwarding a little bit. But what if that's Skynet?
Oh, like the persona, like
what if
Skynet is personified itself?
So one of the Skynets just came back to up the stakes.
Okay,
because we've sent other Terminators back, but like and those have been defeated. This timeline has won. because the loop is closed. I can't
That's
propagate
the
here.
twist. Because we get, I think, like in Act 2, we're just doing a bunch of intel and some action sequences fighting off other Terminators, and all different shapes and sizes of Terminators. Like we can get different we can go a little bit nuts. Because honestly, the T-1100 was just not it. It wasn't it.
It was
so
that
sorry.
was called as 1100.
I think it was 1100.
Yeah, it's not. It wasn't great. They have not. The liquid Terminator, yes, has definitely
T-1000 is just
the T-1000 had, all liquid was cool. I can see what you're talking about, like having some type of like central core to do physical things, but a liquid outside with a with a cool Terminator inside just is not as cool as
it's
all
just
liquid.
not as cool. And controlling other machines just isn't as cool as you think it is. It makes them for some interesting sequences. I'll give them that.
Sure, but it's still just like, and it's also cute to see what 03 thought what AI was going to be.
Oh yeah,
just seeing what like, hi, we're living with it right now.
Yeah,
or like the first steps of it is like, oh my god, AI's like, yeah, it's just gonna make images and songs. And,
yeah, it's just gonna take all the art jobs. That's the real tragedy. Yeah, it's really. That being said, I've been having a lot of fun with this music maker. It's really fun.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. But I think that's a great idea, just to switch it up. It's not about John anymore. They already won. It's not about the timeline now.
I think they are trying. They gets to a point where they realize that whatever could be happening should be happening at this mogul's lab.
Oh
and
yeah.
So eventually they like get there and they realize that like it gets to a point where they feel like they need or like the mission becomes, we need to save like the CEO because like something is trying to kill him, something's trying to get to him.
Mm-hmm.
But inevitably once we get to him and save him from the Terminators, we find out that he's actually just a living embodiment of Skynet. She's like, hi, I was sent to, what's up guys?
Yeah,
I'm not just a Terminator, I am Skynet. What's up? Like,
you can't. I'm trying. Yeah, lore dump. It's time to integrate all these timelines and crush humanity throughout time.
Absolutely spectacular lore dump. And then I think we find out once we lose to him, and like we realize that like nothing's like we can't do anything about it. I think that's when John Connor and Terminator realize that they have to travel back to like another hub dimension for when, or like a Skynet hub dimension.
Okay.
And then they can figure out a way to take Skynet down there. Okay. And like deactivate it across the multiverse. Like we have to fight our way into an actual Skynet facility to like upload. Maybe they meet like a scientist at the lab that's just like, oh well, like we have I've been developing antiviral technology for computers and whatnot, or blah blah blah. They find some expert, that has the ability to like travel with them across the dimension and be like total fish out of water situation.
Yeah, I mean, well, they can it's easy to travel. I mean, they have to be naked, but they can do it.
Yeah, and then they can upload, and then they can take Skynet down like on a bigger scale, like multi-dimensional scale. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because then we can get them fighting their way, and then we can see a Skynet future, which is what we always want to see. We never get to until the most recent ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we can get them having to fight their way in there and, like, saving the day across the dimensions. And I think
they have to, maybe it's this. Towards the end of Act 2 is we got to save the CEO guy.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the Terminators, these Terminators from different dimensions are coming in, and maybe there's like 3. We don't want to go too crazy. Just a couple different variants. Also keep the budget down a little bit.
Yeah.
And have some other actors in there that could pull off being big burly dudes.
Yeah.
And it's like fun action scenes. Save the CEO. Oh my god, big twist. I'm Skynet. I'm tired of descending other things or Terminators or whatever.
Place. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm here to make sure that this timeline goes what it was fated to.
Yeah.
Which is me. And so they fight. Oh no, they can't win. But they already have the technology in this, in the guy's place or whatever, of like time travel and being able to talk to some other different dimensions or whatever. They cheese it out of that base, and Arnold's like, we gotta go. Boop 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 boop. Internet corridors, and then they shoot themselves to that hub world.
Yeah.
Beginning of Act 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, yeah. I figured since we need to cut off your timeline from this
Oh,
everything.
okay.
So I'm going to I figured out Skynet was talking to itself. Well, Resistance is also eventually also figure out how to talk to yourself. By the way, I'm from your like vast future. Like you sent me when you were 60.
Yeah.
Like, most of them are like you were in those 40s. Like this is 20 years past the point where T2 Terminator came back. Like we're further into the timeline of like, yeah, man, things go real wrong out there.
Yeah.
But eventually we were able to figure out how to talk to other timelines through the Resistance because
Okay, yeah.
Skynet we're able to piggyback off their stuff.
Yeah.
So we figured out where this hub world was, and now we're getting super crazy. But this is the third movie, and it's also cash grab. Whatever, it makes more sense than what happened in the actual movie. So we're in the thing. I was like, okay, they are able to coordinate with stuff or whatever, and are able to cut off the hub, which frees up John's winning timelines. Isolates us again.
Yeah.
So then they just have to go back and take out Skynet, but this time
He won't be able to.
he won't be alone because they bring out some more good guys.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that.
Because in the timeline, there's also other
Yeah,
good
that
other
tracks.
good Terminators.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really good. I also like the idea of like part of that sequence is like him communicating to like all the other dimensions, being like, and I think you can have a running theme of like of John Connor being like, I'm not the person that saved the world.
I'm not you guys.
I'm not the person that turned into the person that saved the world because I didn't have to. I'm just a regular guy. And I'm just a regular guy that eventually becomes the person that defeats the machines. If I can become the person that can defeat the machines, you all can become the person to defeat them. Like there's kind of a rallying call almost, like just referring back to like our dimensions giving hope. Like let's just take that to 11,
Yeah.
and like make that maybe the rallying cry that like kind of they save this. Like if we save this dimension, like your dimension could be next. Like this is the clarion call for like. For winning. Yeah, that's cool.
So big action. So big fight scene at the end of Act 2. Some good middle little fights in Act 3. Sorry, individual fights with different Terminators in Act 2, leading up to the biggest reveal at end of Act 2. Cheese it. We're into the thing. Battle at the beginning of Act 3.
Yeah.
Take out the hub. Call for help. Head back to the normal timeline. Big fight at Skynet,
Yeah.
and on the timeline where we win, take out Skynet and realize that hey, wait a second. You can't, victory is possible everywhere. And then the Terminators, as is necessary to make sure that nothing here stays.
Yeah.
Because we can't, this timeline needs to be pure. All the other good guys, was like, we gotta go. And we.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That's dope.
It's different.
It's something else.
It's
literally just got to be something else.
Something else.
It's just, is it perfect? No, but like, it's at least.
Is it a good summer popcorn action film?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is at least expanding this universe. Like, part of the reason we come back to Terminator is because it's fun to.
Because there's something cool
it's
here.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's a fun world, and they don't spend enough time building it. And I think they figure that out eventually, but not for this movie. That's for damn sure. Because, like, I want to see what a post-machine world. I also think they could have had a wild swing and just eventually just attach the Terminators and the Matrix franchise into one thing. I think the Matrix is the next phase of Skynet taking over.
That's a good idea.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, why can't it be both?
Why not both?
Why not both? Because I think they're the same studio, if I'm not mistaken.
Warner Brothers?
Is Terminator Warner Brothers or is it Fox? Or is it no, it might be Universal. I think it's Universal.
I think it's Universal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, never mind. Never mind.
But
Warner
just do something different with Terminator.
Yeah.
Just do something different.
Yeah.
Just do anything different. The
'Cause
world's interesting. The formula needs to change.
Because it's also never totally clear why John Connor is the person that saves the world. But
Well, because they switched it in the last movie. John Connor dies, and then somebody else just takes the mantle.
I know it's really stupid.
So
It's really
it's just
stupid.
it's just a person's going to take a mantle. Someone will rise to lead.
Yeah. Or maybe that's the. Or I think maybe that's part of his speech. It'd be like, "Hi, I'm supposed to be the guy that quote unquote stops Skynet. My mom stopped Skynet. I was just there. I was just a stupid kid.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do it.
I taught him hasta la vista, baby.
Just
That's about it.
because you guys hear my name a bunch doesn't mean I'm the only person that can do it. Like, my mom was way cooler than I was.
Yes, she was.
I will say that was a cool sequence when they go to her grave and pull out all those guns. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, she got cremated. Yeah, she had this. This is in her will. That she had a coffin full of guns. Like, yeah, she did. Yeah, she did. There's a reason she got a show. She's way cooler. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
She did get. There was a Terminator show.
Yeah, it was actually not half bad.
Yeah, I heard good things about it.
Yeah.
See, multiple timelines. Just we can have, and they even did it with Genesis. I mean, it was pretty wonky, and they kept kind of. I didn't really understand that movie.
I didn't understand it either.
They tried too hard.
I
wanted to.
Yeah,
It was having fun with it.
it was too heady.
Yeah.
It's too heady. You gotta. Terminator's a little dumb.
You got to be
It's
a
gotta
little
be a little
Yeah.
dumb. Like, it can't be too smart.
Different timelines, parallel jump. Got to keep it at that.
That's it.
Nothing super crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Oh, I think maybe we should write a Terminator script.
Oh, you know, did you also notice that the music wasn't in this in the movie?
No, I didn't.
They never dun 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 ba bum ba bum bum ba bum never played.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
They never did.
Never played. This movie was oddly silent. There was a lot of action scenes where no music was playing.
You know, you're right. Huh.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that.
It's weird.
Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Okay. Well, I think we did it, my dude.
I think we did do it,
I think we
Jay.
nailed it.
Jay, we persevered.
We persevered. Because, wow, I really just coming to this one, I was like, why do I... It made me... honestly, like, watching the movie, I was like, they don't care, so why should I? Even, like, why should I care about this universe anymore? Like, they clearly don't care
They
about
clearly don't care.
Like...
Why is Claire Danes in this movie? She's just screaming. I feel really bad for her. I mean, she's getting paid, but, like, still, like... There's nothing to her character. She's just
there.
She's just screaming and being
She's
abused the
apparently,
entire. Yeah.
she's apparently there. They're apparently supposed to be together. Whatever that means. You're telling me you're going to try to set up that, like, destiny is a thing, but you're also, like, too afraid to give me multiple dimensions? Coward. That's right, movie.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Well, I think we did it, my friend.
We
I
did
think
do
we
it.
did it. What are we fixing next week, my dude?
Ooh, that is a good question, my dude.
Yeah, I don't really call you that.
You don't. Oh boy, it's the one you don't want to fix.
Oh.
It's Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
I like that movie. I think it's a great film. That'll be a fun watch along, though.
It will be a fun watch along. Everyone loves the Marvel films.
Everyone loves
but
the Marvel
oh my
movies.
God, does that movie need some love? You know what? Who needs love? Wanda.
Yes.
Wanda needs some love.
Couldn't agree more.
I think I already have an idea of how to make that a little bit better.
Yeah. Fair enough.
And respect Wanda.
All right, we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see what you. Yeah, we'll see.
Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for listening. If you're catching this on YouTube, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, hit that bell, do that YouTube that you do so well. And if you're catching this wherever you catch your audio podcasts, if you wouldn't mind leaving us a quick review, maybe leaving us 5 stars, it really helps, or so they say. And as we end every single one of these episodes, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
It's the. Well, I guess he was kind of slow. I mean, she just. The arm cannon?
I might revoke your bit license on this one.
Yeah, it's the quiet arm cannon.
Sure.
Some of them, Jay. Some of them
Lashy,
lend themselves very easily to this bit.
Start assigning you to write these ahead of time.
This one didn't.
It's the slow coffin chain gun that you don't see coming.
Oh, there you go.
We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Arm cannon? It's hot.